70 days ago, this war started, but no one knows when it would end, what the future holds for Gaza. Israel has rejected the option of PA ruling the Strip, while the Arab nations refuse any plans of rebuilding before a two-state solution-based plan is kick-started. In our next report, we try to answer one of the hardest questions: what will happen next to Gaza?
The Palestinian territory of Gaza stands in ruins, with a count of nearly 20,000 lives lost so far. % of the population is displaced and large tracts of land flattened by Israeli strikes. The October 7 Hamas attack marked a turning point for Gaza. It ignited a war that has no end in sight. For millions of Gazans, the choice is death or displacement. For the rest of the world, the question is, what will Gaza's future be when the war ends? The first option is to have a Palestinian Authority in charge of the city, which for the US would be the Fatah-based group that governs both Palestinian territories, Gaza and West Bank. But Israel does not agree.
There is disagreement about the day after Hamas, and I hope that we will reach an agreement here as well. I would like to clarify my position. I will not allow Israel to repeat the mistake of Oslo. After the great sacrifice of our civilians and our soldiers, I will not allow the entry into Gaza of those who educate for terrorism, support terrorism and finance terrorism. Gaza will be neither Hamastan nor Fatahstan.
Netanyahu has rejected most of the proposals for Gaza, but he has not spelt out any strategy for it either, except for saying that Israel's mission is to eliminate Hamas. The Palestinian administration says this is not possible, as Hamas is an integral part of Palestine.
I think it's very important that we should all realize that Hamas is an integral part of the Palestinian political mosaic. And therefore, for Israel to claim that they are going to eliminate Hamas, I think this is something that is totally, it's first of all, is not going to happen, and totally is not acceptable to us.
The Hamas chief voiced the same sentiment in harsher terms.
Any arrangement in Gaza or in the Palestinian cause without Hamas or the resistance factions is a delusion and a mirage. A delusion and a mirage. A delusion and a mirage.
The other proposal is to reconstruct Gaza and hand its administration to an international body. But here too the disagreements are many. This week, Netanyahu told members of the Knesset that Arab nations, particularly the UAE and Saudi, will have to foot the bill for Gaza's reconstruction. Reacting to Netanyahu's proposal, the UAE said the possibility could be considered only if there is a two-state solution on the table. Arab nations have refused to send their troops to Gaza. Speaking at the Doha conference, Qatari Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani said no one from the region will send their troops. He also rejected the need for an international force for the city, saying Palestinians shouldn't always be talked about as if they need a guardian. The last and the most controversial option is Israel taking control of the enclave, after sending Palestinians out of the Gaza Strip to be refugees in Egypt. This proposal has been rejected by everyone except the Israeli far right. But given that they are in power and Netanyahu needs their support, it could be a real possibility from the Israeli side. With every passing day, it seems the conflict is adding more chapters. Israel's resolve for a Hamas-free Gaza has set it at war against all Palestinians. A situation that risks further radicalization and the birth of groups that could be deadlier than Hamas itself.